Welcome back to On Cue Live, the most glamorous channel on the dial. Sometimes when you tune there, it glitters and sparkles.
Fuzzy.
All right, today we have Augusta, the director of the film The Velvet Hammer Burlesque. Check out this clip.
Darn it, I could never get these things right. What's a girl to do? Don't worry, Susan, we're here to help. I'm one of the glamour professionals from the Polytechnic of Beauty and Cosmology. Here at the Polytechnic, we have laboriously collected from around the world tips on how to put on your false eyelashes.
Actually, my Chola cousins from East LA, who used to babysit me when I was a little kid, one would think that actually drag queens taught me how to put on makeup.
I did learn from drag queens. Those were my babysitters, I'm not kidding.
My early days as an 8-year-old ballerina putting on giant eyeballs.
We're in our 30s. Yeah, and we come from made-up moms.
My mom was pretty vampy in the 60s. You know, slanty cat eye makeup and, you know, big lift in the back.
I was walking in Kmart with my mother and I had all of my makeup on for this ballet that I was dancing at the time. And this woman looked at me and she was like, whore! Like that in the Kmart. And I thought, ooh, must be doing something right.
Oh my gosh. You know, Chris taught me to put on my fake lashes. All right, please welcome Augusta.
Ooh, beautiful. Bling, bling. I know you're loving it.
Hi, you are gorgeous.
Oh, you're just saying. Thank you for coming.
No, that's not on the prompter. You can look. It's not on there. You are gorgeous.
You can teach Chris about some bling.
Turn around. Turn around. We have a drink for you. Look at this.
Oh, there we go. Drinking. Wow.
We need it.
It's beer bottle can. Beer
Who's had the drink first?
We spare no expense on the drink
Apparently
cam.
the camera had some before it brought it to you.
Well, welcome to the show. Tell us, what is the Velvet Hammer Burlesque group?
The Velvet Hammer is LA's first premier burlesque troupe. They were founded in '95, and at that point, no one was doing burlesque. There were 2 people in New York, and the Velvet Hammer was the only troupe doing burlesque in the country. So they started, and they were very rough around the edges. There's a couple clips in my movie from '98 where, the girls are watching each other's feet. They're totally off. But after 10 years of being polished, they're just amazing.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Do you perform burlesque yourself?
I do perform. I performed after I finished editing the movie.
Okay.
I spent 3 years taping them, following them across the country, editing, and then when I got to the end, I had seen so much bad burlesque from other people that I was like, I could do that! And I realized I had absorbed all of their techniques and their moves and what works and doesn't, so. Yeah.
Now, much like the debate of homosexuality, I think that people wonder, is burlesque, is that something that's from nature or nurture? I think, though, it's a little bit of both in your family.
It is a little bit of
Tell
both.
us.
Well, my stage name is Penny Starr Jr., and that's because Penny Starr Sr. was my grandmother, who was a burlesque dancer in the 50s and 60s, and she started dancing to feed her kids. And I literally...
Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
a little squeezed together.
Her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's around husband number 2. She's on number 5.
Nice.
Oh, really?
And he's 15 years younger.
Right on, right on. Now, I've heard that burlesque has been called stripping's artistic sister.
Yeah, well, I mean, stripping comes from burlesque, because when burlesque started, it was all about titillation. But now the idea of strippers really means like neon bikinis and pole dancing and lap dancing. Like stripping has gone into sex worker territory, whereas burlesque is more showgirl. You're on a stage, no one touches you, there's no dollars in your G-string.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, so it's more Ed Sullivan in a way, you know. And especially burlesque, traditional burlesque shows will have comedians and bad jugglers and all of that, which the Velvet Hammer has.
He's a bad juggler, actually.
Are you?
He is.
You have to be a really good juggler to be a really bad juggler.
I'm trying to juggle 3 hairstyles at once, and I can't do it. Okay, tell us, I'm sure you got a funny story or something like crazy has happened on stage, a mishap, something like that.
Oh, well, my second time, well, let's talk about my first time out, because that's
you
actually
always
funnier.
remember your first.
Exactly. I was going to perform at the annual Miss Exotic World competition, which is in Helendale, California. It's in the middle of the Mojave Desert on an old goat farm. And it happens every year in early July. Yes. That's me winning on my first anniversary of dancing. But the first time I went out, in the middle of the performance space is a giant pool. And I was like, wow, that's the best prop I've ever seen, and no one's using it. So my first time, I danced around the pool to a minute-long song, which, by the way, is hell getting your clothes off in a minute and making it look good. And at the last minute, I took my bra off, I threw it, I grabbed my nose, and I started running for that pool, and everybody went, ah! And then I dove in, and I had big orange starfish crystal pasties. And then, true showgirl that I am, did the backstroke.
Right
across the end of the pool, got up, blew kisses, and then turned around and yelled, "Wet stripper coming through," because nobody would get out of my way. So
I would. Yeah, I don't want a wet stripper.
No, they smell funky.
Where can we have to say goodbye, but where can our viewers, our fans come to see you?
Well, I'm going to be performing with just about every other burlesque performer in the world next weekend in San Francisco at Teaserama, which is the annual burlesque convention at Bimbo's. And you can go to itsachick.com, which is my website, and you can see pictures of me, clips from the movie, other movies I've done, like creepy doll movies and 60s spy films.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, you are fabulous. And you've made this outfit that you're wearing.
I made the bra, yes.
Oh,
Shall we?
Look at that. Yeah.
Yes, please. And you were a belly dancer, correct?
Oh, I belly dance, but I've only been doing it like 3 years. So.
I was trying to get you to do a little move for me.
All right, I could do one.
Oh, here we go.
That seems like everything's dancing.
Yeah, it is. Oop,
and it might dance out of there. So
no, we're good.
We've got to go. I love you. Thanks for coming.
Why did you stop her?
During the break, you should do it. Next on IQ Live, we're going to learn about the secret world of escorts. Not Ford escorts, celebrity escorts. Chris Laszlo's going to be here. Don't go anywhere. More on IQ Live.
Thank you so much for coming.